I went to Vermont for this New Year's party, and the thing at her house, she lives in this big barn just out in the middle of the country, and it's just like to hang out in the bathtub. So we just decided to sit down in the bathtub and have a cool conversation, and they're still, you know, good friends of mine and everything like that.
Hey everybody, my name's Dan Hanlon, the host of Project Connect here. I have Oskar Owens here, a professional actor in New York. So we're here at the Lake City Playhouse today because Oskar actually just did a play here, Bonnie and Clyde, which is gonna bring us to the first photo.
Great.
Which is this one.
Yeah.
So how was the play? How many different showings did you have? Just tell me about it.
Great, yeah. So this picture is actually from a production I did in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I totally thought that.
it's actually from a production called Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay.
By William Shakespeare. I played a guy named Demetrius. He's like one of the star-crossed lovers, and it was a really, really fun production. I actually got to do this on a Broadway stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that was super, super fun. It was just like a one weekend run. We had a really good turnout, you know, like 100 people a night. So that was super, super awesome.
That is cool.
And then as far as Bonnie and Clyde went, it was a really, really good show. We had people saying that it was the best show they've seen in years at the Playhouse.
Oh, that's killer.
In years in the community. The cast was incredible, you know, like the Amber Fiedler, who played Bonnie, was amazing. You know, the whole cast was just really good. Easton Townsend, Sadie Russell, I mean, everybody, all the way down to, you know, our youngest kids who were, you know, 11, 10 years old.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun. We sold out the whole last weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to the point where we were like putting folding chairs in the audience to like get people to sit in the audience. And yeah, it was a really, really fun production.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been doing acting, theater since high school, I believe, or is it earlier?
So I actually started at Lake City Playhouse.
Okay.
I started when I was, you know, like 6, 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
In this camp that they had called the Huckleberry Kids Camp.
Okay.
Which they just revamped this year. And I did that, and then got out of it for a while in like middle school and stuff. And then my freshman year of high school, I was in a production called 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. My theater teacher had handed me a script in the hallway, and she said, "Come to rehearsal if you know what's good for you." So I said, "Okay." And so then I debated it. I was like, I don't know if I should do this. Like, I'm not really that good anymore. And it ended up being just a life-changing experience.
That's killer.
You know? Yeah.
We'll get to the second photo here, which is skiing.
Yeah.
I know it's a passion.
Yeah.
It's kind of got to be up in North Idaho.
Oh, absolutely.
What's your favorite mountain up here?
Oh God. So I grew up on Lookout Pass, which I think is a phenomenal, family-friendly hill. But my heart now belongs at Schweitzer.
Okay.
You know, every time I go up there, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. I did grow up on Lookout. I learned how to ski and snowboard there, and then I like moved over to Schweitzer.
Backcountry up there is awesome too. You know, super big cliffs and all sorts of stuff. So.
So we'll get to the third photo. Big stage here. I forget the caption on it, but it was something along the lines as like, "I want to be here someday."
Yeah.
Or something like that. Where is this?
Yeah, so this was at a theater called the Hudson Theater.
Okay.
It's on, I believe, 48th and Broadway. It was the home of a show. Oh, I can't remember what the name of it was.
You're fine.
But we got, through the school that I trained at, Circle in the Square, it's a musical theater conservatory. Our speech teacher, Shannon Marie Sullivan, she knew somebody who actually worked at this theater. And so she said, "I want you guys to have experience on a big proscenium stage, hearing your voice and hearing the way that you sound when you're on stage." So we got to go there, and I was reciting a monologue from a speech from Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
And it was, it was really, really cool. We got to see the whole backstage, the fly system, all the lighting, everything. It was a super cool experience.
So in New York, do you see yourself living there in the future, or
absolutely
possibly somewhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going back tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna be there, indefinitely. I have a ton of auditions already lined up.
That's
and
killer.
some cabarets and new works and things like that. One day I think I'd really love to move to upstate New York.
Okay.
Because it's very similar to here.
Yeah.
It's wide open country. You can get a house, have a car,
Instead
stuff
of
like
getting
that.
an apartment.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I've been very fortunate so far with where I've lived. So. Yeah.
Okay. So from being in the high school chorus to strumming your sixth string on the streets.
Yes.
What other type of instruments do you play? Do you play any other ones?
Yeah. So I grew up playing piano.
Okay.
Specifically jazz oriented.
Okay.
And then I picked up the guitar. I kind of didn't play that very well until like the last couple years. I picked it up for the last 2.5, 3 years really seriously. I played the saxophone for one show that I was in. That was a lot of fun.
That's killer.
So I'm continuing with that progress. Really light drums and stuff like that. But yeah, piano and guitar are basically my main two instruments.
The one thing that I've always wanted to play is a saxophone. I feel like
they're so
that'd
cool,
be
man.
a killer thing to do.
They're awesome. Anytime I see somebody playing a saxophone on the street, because you have buskers all the time on the streets of New York. Anytime there's somebody playing a saxophone, I have to stop and give them some money, and, stuff like that. So.
So this is gonna be the last photo.
Great.
It seems like there was a story here because you guys are just chilling in a tub.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a funny photo.
So I had a couple friends I met the first summer that I moved out to New York, which was 2016.
Okay.
One of their names is Shay Dunlop, and she lives in Vermont. Okay. And so I went to Vermont for this New Year's party. And the thing at her house, she lives in this big barn just out in the middle of the country, and it's just to hang out in the bathtub. So we just decided to sit down in the bathtub and have a cool conversation, and they're still good friends of mine and everything like that. Shay, so that's Clancy and Seth. Seth is currently studying in New York as well, and Clancy just got back from traveling the world. And yeah, super.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were just tagged in this photo. I think one of them posted the photo.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a great photo. Fun. It's really important to keep your inner child and your happiness for your soul alive. So to just kind of do things that most 21, 25-year-old kids wouldn't do is, I think, so important, because if you don't keep that spirit alive inside of you, that's what's your imagination and your creativity and everything. So to keep that going is just great. So
I'm pretty sure that is all 5 photos.
Great. Yeah.
So this is the end of the show. I kind of give you a chance to talk to the audience if you want.
Cool.
Tell them what you're gonna do in New York if you want.
Yeah.
What you want to aspire to be in the future.
Right.
Whatever.
Cool.
Take the reins. Talk to whatever camera you want.
So first off, I think the first thing I want to say is support your local theater. I'm a firm believer that art and music and performance of all sorts is what keeps the world going round. As far as back as Roman and Greek times, and even before that, they used dance and theater to teach lessons and to teach people about things. And so without that community, I don't think would really be a whole source and a whole mutually beneficial organism that it could be. And so just make sure that you go out and you see theater and you support the people who do it, and try it. That guitar picture sprung me in my brain. I'm working on an album, a solo music album and stuff like that. So that'll be released maybe within the next 3 years. And but art is so important. So just always make sure you guys are supporting that, I think is the biggest thing that I can say.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's episode of Project Connect. Down below, you'll find the link to our new website where you can purchase the new limited edition summer tee, as well as check out the new Project Connect podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure to like and share it so your friends can watch it as well. Thanks for watching. See you next week, guys.